What's up, guys? Josh here. Now today I wanted to talk about a really surprising topic that is really going to make you happy, especially if you live in the United States. And this is something that is really going to surprise you and really surprised me. And it's something that is ultimately going to just be really cool. So, you know what? I don't really have too much of an opening for this video, so let's just get right into this. So, Ford. So, this is something that's like really cool, but it's not like the most shocking thing in the world. So, Ford is bringing the Ranger Raptor over to the United States. So they're bringing the baby Raptor, so to speak, over to the US, as well as Canada. So buyers of these two countries are going to have another option for a Raptor type vehicle besides the F-150 and the Bronco. So there you go. So the global version is what you see presented. Ford CEO Jim Farley confirmed this. Raptor model is going to be on sale next year. You don't have too much longer of a wait, so get ready to be placing your orders if you want a Ford Ranger Raptor. So get into what a Ford Ranger Raptor is. I'll go into more details of what a Ford Ranger Raptor is, but a Ford Ranger Raptor is basically the smaller Ford F-150 Raptor, but it's a Ford Ranger. The Ford Ranger Raptor came out a few years ago, I would say, at this point, but for some odd reason it never came out in America. I'm not too sure why. I never looked into it, but it just never came out in the US. But now's your chance, so take advantage of it. The model of the Ranger Raptor that Ford revealed was the concept model. So it's not finished model, so to speak. You know, they may make a few tweaks here and there, but that's pretty much it. They'll make whatever changes they need to make, and boom, it's ready to go. And then once it's finished, you know, it'll look like whatever it looks like. It's not going to look too much different, but I'm sure it's going to look really good for what it is. So it's basically a combination of the F-150 and the Bronco Raptor, and they just like put it in a blender and boom, you got the Ranger Raptor. But it has a more powerful engine and some more other things as well. But like I said, it's going to have more changes along the way, so we got to see what it looks like once it's finished. So power-wise, this thing comes with the same 3.0 liter twin-turbo V6 engine with 392 horsepower and 430 pound-feet of torque. Now that right there is pretty normal for little trucks like this nowadays, especially for normal performance vehicles. Not like super duper performance vehicles, but you know what I mean, like the average performance car, truck, or SUV will have roughly about 400-ish horsepower. For some reason, I don't know why, but Europe is only getting 284 horsepower. The reason for this is to do with emission-related market-specific tuning, so I would assume based off of that, it would have to do with maybe the ingredients of the gas and the engine specs of European engines, because they use different specs than we would use over here in the US. So Ford would have to build their Ranger Raptors in order to have them meet Europe's standards. I don't know why, but if you know why, let me know in the comment section why that is, because I would really like to know. Also, these specs may change in the US, so we'll have to keep an eye on that as time gets closer. It is going to come with a 10-speed automatic transmission and 4-wheel drive as standard, as well as a 2-speed transfer case and front and rear lock differentials. The Ranger Raptor mainly resembles the Bronco Raptor in terms of its powertrain. Now, the Ranger Raptor is going to come with several driving modes that are going to affect the tuning of the shocks, the loudness of the exhaust, as well as other factors. So, now there's 4 of them. These modes are, so the first one is quiet, which would be like stealth mode. Probably be, I don't know if it'd be as quiet as Church Mouse, probably not, but I guess you never know. Probably not, you know, judging by with it being a Raptor, but I guess we'll see. Then you have normal, which is for normal driving, assuming that won't do too much piercing as far as noise and suspension and all that stuff. Sport, now that's where you'll really get a lot of the excitement. That's where the exhaust would get a little louder and the suspension would get a little more tense and ready to handle corners better. It would sharpen the throttle response as well. For all you off-roaders, you're really going to like this one, Baja. So Baja really sharpens the throttle response and torque delivery, so ultimately giving you the best high-speed off-road driving that you could ever ask for. That would be best if you were driving in the middle of like an open Nevada or California desert, or even a Utah desert, or any type of open desert where you could go like well over 100 plus, as well as the tires are good for those speeds. Baja would be a really good setting for that, so that's something to keep in mind for that. It's like the ultimate sport mode for off-roading. That is a really cool feature if you like off-roading. Ford has apparently put anti-lag on the Ranger Raptor to increase turbo response, ultimately making the truck faster. So that's a plus. They're trying to ultimately give it a better turbo, give it more power for what it already has. So they're trying to be conservative with what they have, but they're trying to just give it a little bit more power at the same time. So that's a plus on their part. There's the infamous Ford, then you have the infamous Ford writing on the grille, which is on all Raptor models. And the body, of course, appears to be wider than the standard Ranger, which, if you look at the F-150 Raptor, that is, of course, wider than the normal F-150, because it's just the way it is. It is wider, apparently, thanks to exaggerated fender flares. So this truck comes with 2 sets of tires. The main set of tires are the 33-inch BF Goodrich KO2 all-terrain tires, along with the 17-inch bead block compatible wheels. That will be optional, so if you want the smaller wheels, you can also have those, but if you want to go off-roading, it's better to have the bigger and better tires. I mean, you know what you think, and that's just me, and probably a majority of other people, too. Now, anyway, enough with the exterior. Not too much to cover on that. Let's get a little bit into the interior. So, if you take a look inside the interior, you'll notice it is a lot more modern than the current Ranger, and has a 12-inch vertical touchscreen and a digital gauge cluster. So that looks really nice. The touchscreen runs Ford Sync 4A software in a premium audio system. Will also be offered, so the Ranger Raptor is expected to be offered as only the crew cab, so as is the F-150 Raptor as well. So that's where that's at. We're going to have to look for more information on the US Ranger Raptor within the next couple months to see what changes have been made and anything else that's been done on it, to see how much different it is from the concept that's been shown versus how the final model came out. And like I said, these things are supposed to come out. Like I said earlier, these are supposed to come out in sometime 2023. So get prepared if you want a Ranger Raptor. So not really too much information, as you can tell right now, how much I've covered on this topic. But it is nice that it was obviously announced and we all got to know that, the Ranger Raptor is not only going to be in Europe, it's going to be crossing overseas to America and Canada as well. So, we'll be able to enjoy that model if we wish, even though a lot of us will probably go for the F-150 Raptor still, but it is nice to have a smaller option if we wish. So I hope you enjoyed this video, even though not too much information was out, even though I didn't have a whole lot to say. But yeah, so I think that is going to wrap it up. Well, anyway, that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you do not miss out on one of my informative videos or any other cool content that I put out. And along with that, I'll see you next time.